Future entertainment right back here with the TLC Post Show. I'm Logan Myers alongside my friends Travis and OJ. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
He just goes, hey. Hey.
Hey. Hello, Logan.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm back. Gearing up for the holidays, you know?
Unfortunately, yeah, I get what you mean on that. I do. Travis was just saying he had to deal with Walmart, so.
Yeah,
earlier.
I had quite the battle royal of my own earlier in Walmart.
That's funny.
Thank you for having me back, Logan. It's good to be here, though. It's been a minute.
It's good to have you guys, and basically returning. It's been a while since we've done something like this, so it's good to...
Since Survivor Series, right?
Yeah, it's good to have all three of us here, too, at that.
Yeah, indeed.
So, TLC, I know there's we're going to have some mixed emotions on what happened, but hey. But, Travis, you were just saying that you actually watched the damn kickoff show.
I did. Imagine that.
The damn kickoff show.
That damn kickoff show.
No, the kickoff show, we had two matches, which I didn't even know we were going to have two matches on the kickoff show, to be honest with you.
What's funny about that damn kickoff show is I feel like the two matches that were on that damn kickoff show should have been the two that opened the actual show, and the two that opened the show should have been on that damn kickoff show. But either way, it is what it is.
We'll get to the first two matches after the kickoff show. But that damn kickoff show featured the Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy, who is one of those guys who are underrated in general of everything, taking on the former Cruiserweight Champion, Cedric Alexander. And what did you guys think of this match? OJ, did you actually get to watch the kickoff show?
I did not see this match, but I saw the Elias match.
Oh, okay. But Travis, what did you think of this Cruiserweight title match?
It's alright. I feel like out of all the matches I've seen so far in WWE together, this might be the weakest, but that's not saying it's bad. I just think the other matches had more to them. This did, yeah, Buddy Murphy got the clean win here. But this makes me wonder where Cedric Alexander goes from here, because of what's left to do in 205 now. I mean, perfect perfect IC guy, US title guy, in my opinion, if done right. But who knows what they're going to do with him. Probably what they're doing with the other roster members of 205 Live for the most part, just squander them and not use them to their potential, but we'll see.
I agree with you. We've seen better Cruiserweight title matches than this. The question is, what do they do with Cedric Alexander? What would we do personally if we were in the shoes of creative team and all that? I think either put him in NXT, let him feud for like the North American Championship. He could be a main roster guy. We've seen somebody else actually do that last Tuesday on SmackDown Live against Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali. So.
And Tyler Breeze and Ricochet on NXT this week. Look at that. Kind of like a reverse.
Yeah, a little bit of a reverse that, we normally don't see this, but it happened. And I think Mustafa Ali, I know we're not supposed to be talking about SmackDown Live, but I think Mustafa Ali's match against Daniel Bryan showcased that the 205 Live guys don't need to be just dangled in that division, that they can expand. So I think Cedric Alexander is one of those guys that could easily be, I don't know on the mic, I don't know if he can do it on the mic, but his in-ring style, of course, could fit the main roster.
A lot of guys did that, exactly what you just said, Logan, in like the heyday, the golden era, quote unquote, of cruiserweight wrestling and WCW. Chris Jericho and Dean Malenko come to mind. Both of those guys were in like all kinds of title divisions. You know, I mean, Chris Jericho had a feud with Goldberg for the world title, for Christ's sakes. Why it was, quote, started as a cruiserweight. So you can, it's doable, you know. Just gotta have the right guy.
It's very doable. I'm just curious to see who the next challenger is for Buddy Murphy as well, because you know, he's faced the Heart and Soul 205 and he's beaten Cedric Alexander twice now. So who's the next challenger? Who's that guy that should face Buddy Murphy in the future?
I think you go back to Ali. I think those two are always going to have good matches together. It would make sense story-wise, like, and don't just like have him come back like poof, he's got a title rematch. So like make him earn, you know, the title match on a couple episodes of 205 Live coming up. I think him having that exposure on SmackDown this week with Daniel Bryan, who's to say how many new eyes saw him that never saw him before? Maybe that's an attempt to, when he goes back to feud for the Cruiserweight title, now he's, quote, people know who he is. He's a name, blah, 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 like that. I don't know. But I think Ali is the Seth Rollins of the Cruiserweight division. If not to mention he looks like him, kind of, except for that, you know, Caucasian thing. But no, I think that it's doable with Ali.
It's definitely doable. Buddy Murphy could, I can see maybe him feuding with a guy like Noam Dar, because he is a face now. What was that, a snark out of you?
I'm not comfortable with Noam Dar in that role.
Okay.
It's a little dramatic. No, I don't know. I'm not a Noam Dar fan. Really, he's okay.
I think he's better at what he's doing now. I mean, he does look a little bit more buffed up than what he was before he went out with the injury. And he did hold his weight against another guy that you are familiar with, because you've actually got to review this show in NXT UK when he faced Pete Dunne for the UK Championship.
But that was one match, and at the same time, he does a lot of things that I critiqued on Union Smack for that match. The little pinkies up thing, fucking hate it. God, I hate it.
I don't know who else besides Mustafa Ali could feud with Buddy Murphy, though. I just don't know who else you could put in that situation. Who's credible enough to, be the guy that beat him and stuff like that. I just don't know. There's just really no name right now, so to me it's just
Enzo Amore.
There it is. Right there.
Enzo Amore's done beat himself, so.
Wait, don't you mean real one?
That's true.
Oh no, I meant lowercase n, uppercase z, lowercase o.
That's right. Damn it, spelling.
We actually have WYW in the chat live. They said the three big stars at 205 are Ali, Murphy, and Cedric. Personally, the only other star I could see posing a challenge, kayfabe-wise, is probably Lio Rush.
I mean,
that'd be interesting if you want to get him on the main roster. You know, you could introduce him that way with the title.
Yeah, if you want to bring back the Cruiserweight Championship, focusing on Monday Night Raw again, like before. If you really want to, I think Lio Rush is that guy that could kind of help transition that back. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that.
I don't know. You got Hideo Itami just sitting there, it is what it is. It's yeah, I agree. I just don't know what else you do with the division, because they just don't do shit with these guys, and it's like you're left with scraps by the end of it. I mean, TJ Perkins, for Christ's sakes, we're not like huge fans or anything, but there's like the first Cruiserweight champion. What's he doing? Oh, just hanging out and catering, having a brownie, you know. I'm sure he's on 205 Live every week. I'm sorry I don't watch, guys. I'm just saying.
I don't.
It's not like he's a buzzword right now, so I'm sure he's, in catering.
I haven't watched either, so I honestly wouldn't know.
People say it's gotten better. There's only so much time in a week to watch wrestling as it is.
True.
That's no fault there. Well, it is a fault of theirs too, because it's not like the show's ever been must see to begin with. So, boom. Let's what happened next on the pre-show, Logan? There was another match.
Yep. A ladder match featuring Bobby Lashley with Lio Rush versus Elias in a grab the guitar to win match.
This is dumb. Wasn't a fan. Well, I'm over the ass cheek thing too with Flash. I'm just like, why? That's totally fucking Vince. That screams Vince.
It really does scream Vince.
Get out there and spread them.
Spread them cheeks.
It's literally been a running joke in my household of the last month or so. Just think of the dumbest thing that they could possibly do, and do it in your Vince voice, and have him laugh at the end. Yeah. So like, Drake Maverick's short, he pees himself. I want a doctor out there. Shove this thing up Ambrose's ass. What? Explain that to me. What the hell is that all about? I haven't watched, and it sounded just like the whole Eddie Guerrero segment from back in the day.
The gist was, it was him cutting a promo in the doctor's office, getting vaccinations and shit like that, just trying to cheap heel heat, saying blah, 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 whatever town he was in next, there's bacteria in the area, he doesn't want to get sick. They did it like the next week with the gas mask, just that whole Howie Mandel anti-germ gimmick, I guess, but somehow we got to, insertion during a heel promo out of that. Thanks, Vince.
Oh my lord. Sorry to derail, guys.
And Ambrose even winced. That's what sealed the deal for me. Is like he winced during the promo, but he didn't sell it. Just a little tough guy wince when the doctor did it. So that what? Analyzing that Enema promo was more entertaining than this flat ass ladder match for me. I'm sorry.
Well, Travis, don't you mean analyzing?
That's right. That's right. That's why I need you here sometimes to correct me.
Oh man.
Put a thumb up his butt.
You guys are fucked. I'm telling you sometimes.
I will say for a second, I thought Bobby Lashley legit injured himself, like when he took the ladder spot, the first one, like his lower back. But he didn't, apparently, because I haven't seen anything. I also think, I don't know if Charlotte's injured or her ribs, but holy fuck, we'll get there, but Jesus. But yeah, I thought Lashley was injured here. And he wasn't. He finished it, and of course, the beatdown after, which, what the fuck is the point of that? What was, yes, he got the win, but then you immediately took the babyface's heat. I wouldn't have had a problem with the finish on this and just the outcome if the babyfaces haven't been getting just beaten down week after week after week. Eventually, they got to get a payoff. I thought, yeah, then, he's going to hit him over the head like Jeff Jarrett, blah, blah, blah. And, babyface pop for Elias. Finally, the babyface. Nope. We got to continue that red-hot storyline fucking 7 more weeks, I guess, because, God. That's one of the biggest problems in pro wrestling right now is baby faces don't seem to ever get the payoffs. Even though in certain cases we get it, but it's not. There's no continuity and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. But it's totally screamed that for me here. Like, oh god, it's Raw, so of course the heel has to get the heat in the end. But it was what it was. Is it the worst ladder match of all time, Logan? Fuck no. I've seen so many bad ladder matches, but this just. I don't know. For the first ladder match of the night, I thought I'd be more like, all right, here we go. But it just never. I feel like it never really got out of the gate. Like there was 2 high spots with one with Lio Rush and the fall from Lashley, but that was it for me, really.
Which I can understand why you even said that. I really do.
What about you?
Well, personally, the Bobby Lashley match with Elias, it was slow. It wasn't really. It was a kickoff show, basically. In other words, because Bobby Lashley just is incredible with a ladder. It doesn't make any sense to even attempt this with Bobby Lashley. I don't know what they're trying to prove, no doubt. But Elias is another guy that is being used poorly, and I don't understand it whatsoever. But this match was just lackluster.
Yep. Sure was.
Ray Jr. in the chat says, I see Dean Ambrose doesn't look up conspiracy theories about vaccines that he's taking into himself.
He's not the brightest bulb.
WYW says, if you don't like it, don't watch. Ha ha ha. Vince right now. That's the truth.
Yeah.
The R-Truth. Segway. Haha.
Don't you dare make fun of my R-Truth like that.
I wasn't. I was helping you out and segueing into the opening match of a pay-per-view in 2018, which seems to have R-Truth on it, for fuck's sake. That's what I was doing.
I'm just kidding. No, we had the Mixed Match Challenge finals with R-Truth and Carmella taking on Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal. And what the fuck was this, the beginning of the match? This should have been the very first match of the kickoff show, and the Cruiserweight Championship should have started the night off for the actual pay-per-view. What the fuck?
This match got more reaction, though, than that ladder match we just talked about, which was weird. As dead as this fucking San Jose crowd was for the show tonight, for the most part, they were up for, I feel like, the parts they needed to be, but God, that Rollins match got like nothing. There were a couple, but this one they acted like it was fucking Hogan and Andre. Like, R-Truth got a great reaction, and I'm like rubbing my eyes, like, what the fuck is going on? But I mean, they fell flat, of course, midway through the match, and they popped a little for the finish, but just that initial R-Truth coming off the stage, it was like Steve Austin came out there for a second. They were just fucking lit, and I don't know what happened or why, because it's not like it was the first people they saw tonight. There were like 2 matches before this, but for some reason, I mean, I'm a fan. Look, I love R-Truth, and I like the dance break shit they're doing with Carmella, but I just didn't expect them to get a reaction like that. And I didn't know if it was just me who noticed that either.
No, R-Truth actually got a decent pop, which is crazy. It gets me kind of upset that a ladder match fell flat compared to a match with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
That is sad.
It is what it is.
And I don't think it was Elias that was the reason why that ladder match fell flat. I think it was just I don't think Bobby Lashley and Elias cared, because they were like, man, we deserve better than this. We're on a fucking kickoff show, for Christ's sake.
Wait, you don't think the big guy who's juiced to the gills, who can't even like turn his neck the whole way left to right, wouldn't be good in a ladder match? No way.
Wow.
The whole premise is, speaking of which, because I didn't get to get my 2 cents on that on the Elias Bobby Lashley match, but
way to go, Logan.
Oh, my bad.
He's rusty, Travis. Give him some time.
Hang on,
That's
Travis is the one that
it's my fault technically, because I had to be a hot dog and do my little fucking R-Truth trying to be sure that it's segue earlier.
Yeah, he segued it, you know.
I'll clear Logan's name since it's Christmas time. There's your gift, Logan.
So I'll just give my thoughts on the 2 matches really quick. The whole premise of an object suspended above the ring is beyond stupid. Why the fuck would I want to grab that guitar if I can just hit him with the ladder? So yeah, that match kind of fell flat. The Mixed Match Challenge match, I didn't hate it. You know, it was comedy and it was getting out of the way early. I don't like the premise of both of them are now the number 30 in the Royal Rumble, because now, you know, when watching the Royal Rumble, it's not gonna be a surprise.
No.
It's gonna be pretty lame duck. Like they're gonna have to have some major shit happen in that match for me to really get excited about it now. But yeah, I don't know. The whole thing, I think the whole mixed match challenge thing kind of fell flat in general. Like the whole concept for season 2.
Well, everybody kept getting changed, and partners kept getting changed, and
it's like they let some little 9-year-old kid book My Universe mode in 2K19.
Yeah.
It went off the rails so fast this season. It's like they couldn't help themselves. Like they wanted people to watch it so desperately. Like, well, switch it up and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you're right on that one.
And nobody still watched. I think people watched less when they did that. So it's like, well, why should I care now? They weren't the original team, so that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and once again, R-Truth and Carmella are going to be number 30 in their respective Rumbles.
I
agree. I also hate that in Rumbles when you know who number 1 or number 30 is going to be. I hate that. Like you said, the feeling of the unknown to add so much to a Rumble match.
The whole point.
Yeah.
Really, the whole point.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think Carmella will be number 30, but I don't think R-Truth is going to end up being.
You know that. So you think something will happen?
I think somebody's going to end up attacking him backstage, and we find out who it is with a surprise person at 30.
I want during the women's rumble number 30 to hit and Carmella come out, but R-Truth comes out with her, and she thinks he's just coming out to do the entrance. But they get to the ring, and it's like, no, I'm going in. What are you talking about? He's doing that whole Lost Truth gimmick. That's if you're gonna do comedy, I feel like that's the best way to do it at this point. Now that you've done it, got to go with it. And just to offend the White Knights on Twitter with, there was a man in the women's rumble. What's fucking R-Truth? He gets a pass. He never knows where he's at,
I don't think that's a horrible idea either. And then they can say, number 30 isn't, you entered for both of you. You know what I mean? You used your number 30 and you used her number 30, so it's going to be somebody else.
She ends up never getting in the match because R-Truth was just, and they should do it too. R-Truth doesn't let her get in. He gets in for a second, gets clotheslined over, and hits a new record for sure. That way you could pander, then make the fucking snowflakes happy that a woman eliminated them in 1 second. But you could also spin that whoever wins the women's rumble, then you got a built-in storyline, I guess, for a SmackDown or two, or maybe a pay-per-view. Carmella going, I never got my chance in the rumble. I'm owed a match. So there you go. Cheap way to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are booking the shit out of fucking R-Truth right now. My God. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Would have thunk it? No, OJ.
Tag team titles time, I think.
Yeah, OJ. I wanted you to start this one off for the triple threat tag team match. Because I know I'm gonna. Travis and me have some stuff to say.
Well, you guys must have some stuff to say because I have really not a lot. It was okay for what it was. Yeah, it was okay for what it was. The bar went over, as they probably should. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was a decent match. There's nothing to write home about. I'm trying to figure out why you wanted me to start this. What do you guys have to say about this?
Well, my thing is, okay, we had a TLC match after this match featuring Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin that turned out to just be a fucking chairs match. And it wasn't even a match. My issue is for this triple threat tag team match was it deserved to have that tables, ladders, and chairs concept added to that match to make it more interesting.
I mean,
it would have been a lot better of a match than just the regular triple threat, being honest.
There's overload too, though. Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is you really want to be seeing. I mean, Isn't Sheamus like half in the wheelchair already?
Well, yeah, he's spinal stenosis or whatever. Ambrose and Rollins should have got the fucking extra ladder match, if anything. But the fact that was a regular match blows my mind. But
yeah, 100% on that. But I mean, this match just was what it was. I don't know. I don't really see an issue with it, Logan.
For me, my problem with this, the whole SmackDown tag division, what they've been doing with it's just these three teams right now. Let's say there is no other teams, it feels like, in that division. It feels like a bunch of divorcees. We've already been at their wedding and seen them win the titles. And then we went through the fucking... It's like these teams have been feuding for fucking years at this point. And I think that's another thing, too, I feel like that pulls people in more and gravitates them to guys more, is that popping their cherry for the first time, winning their first belt. Like we saw Asuka win her main roster belt for the first time tonight. All these guys have done it multiple times, so at the end of the day, you're going to get fucking reactions like we're saying, or how the crowd was kind of like, don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, let me make this as pig-headed as I can, I guess. So it's like you really want a celebrity or someone to pose for Playboy. They do it, and then when you see them on TV after that, you're not just going gaga or ape shit, because you've already seen the good, so every time you see it after, you're like, yeah, it's good, but it's not like the first time. They're never going to top their Hell in a Cell match, by the way, the Usos in the New Day. That was the best match they've ever had.
Yes, big time. Yep, because it was even considered a top 3 match of the year. So.
That was good.
Good shit.
But this match just wasn't.
Just was what it was. I don't know. Did you expect something really bad? Like, I mean,
it was fine. Like, it's not that it was a bad match. It's just we've seen this fucking match in the same, I feel like, the exact match, the way it was worked, too, a million times. Nothing felt special or different, like OJ said, was the thing that was missing. Turn New Day heel. Fucking do it. Do something with them. Do anything at this point. Don't care.
I don't think the New Day needs to turn heel. I just think they need to shake up the tag team division. I think the Usos is done on SmackDown Live. I think it would benefit them a lot to go to Monday Night Raw and feud with a couple of tag teams on there. I really, really want to see the Revival get pushed in a decent fucking way. Stop with this huge house party bullshit. I want to see Usos versus the Revival.
You know, AOP and the Usos doesn't sound too bad, actually, now that I think about it. It's
It doesn't.
No, but the idea of the Revival getting any push now.
They're in Dolph Ziggler territory for me. I give up. Because by the time they try to do anything with them again and again, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna care less and less, just like with Dolph Ziggler. I don't want to set myself up for disappointment anymore with the Revival. So it's like off you go into the sunset. Revival. Good luck.
Sad but true.
Happy holidays, everyone.
What was the next match?
It was the Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, if you consider it a fucking match.
What to say? So you hated this slogan, huh?
I hated the fucking hell out of it.
I actually really liked it.
I'm starting to hate you right now.
I don't blame you, but look, this something happened on a pay-per-view, Logan. This felt like the culmination to the end of a storyline.
Yeah.
And it made sense with Braun's injury.
Well,
and it worked. It didn't come off as like campy, and it honestly gave spotlight to a lot of guys who, to be quite fucking honest, I didn't even know were still in the company.
Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews, Heath Slater.
They should have had Braun Strowman pick Kurt Angle to wrestle for him in this match. Would have been a lot better. I just thought it was pointless.
I think they'll save that for something else. I think they might do maybe Baron Corbin will revert to his old gimmick of I'm the lone wolf and Kurt Angle, you took everything from me, and then they'll have something at Mania or whatever. But for what it was, I didn't think it was bad at all.
Yeah, you got a point.
I honestly thought it was like a culmination of months of terrible TV. It actually had a payoff, and it also solidified. I mean, I don't know, like the whole return to being a babyface thing. Like, I don't know. Like, Braun's got friends in high places now. Now it makes sense. Now, you know, the babyfaces on Raw aren't just getting bitched out every week.
I hate to say it, I agree. It's good to see they're back on track with what they should have never fucking derailed in the first place, is the babyface thing with Braun, and it was what it was. It was pretty much what I expected. It's not like I expected like Rob Van Dam and Eddie Guerrero in a ladder match for this. Like, it was fine. Like, there's stuff worth bitching about, but I don't feel like it. Like you said, it did feel like, oh, finally, like, imagine that, a story comes to a close, or the payoff, or yeah. So it was good to get that feeling. I can't bitch about it earlier in the show and then not like it here, and that's exactly, it felt like a payoff.
Travis, you bitch and cry and complain about something? Dear God.
Yeah. I'm such a smart.
Jesus, I didn't fucking know that. Why you gotta be like that, Travis? Oh, yeah. I just don't know. I don't know. I just didn't, for some reason, didn't like it. I don't know why.
I know why, because Baron Corbin. I get it. It's real. Oh,
I really
rough.
can't stand Baron Corbin week after week after week.
It makes no sense. But not only that, like, I mean, I've said it for a while now. I don't think the guy's long for the company, honestly, because they have no fucking clue. I think they've ruined him beyond repair.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's insane that he's supposed to be this villainous character, and when he comes out, he just gets, like, limited reaction.
The only reason he gets
It's
booed...
not even fucking Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff got insane heat when he came out, even just to make an announcement.
Could have put Kevin Owens in this fucking role. He's injured anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How great would that be like that?
Unfortunately, I think that the whole announcement tomorrow will probably just be Kurt Angle's back in power.
That's something we didn't talk about either, is the Vince on Raw tomorrow. If it's just a superstar shakeup, switch guys on brands, that sucks. I don't think it's going to be that. I'd like to think, as we all do, it's like shift and power type deal, but doubtful. That guy's not going to step down until he's 6 feet under, I feel like. But what do you guys think he's going to do tomorrow?
Hire Baron Corbin and elect Kurt Angle as the GM again. Boom.
There you go.
I hope he fires Baron Corbin. Anyways, but
NFL scandals, huh? You're fired. Remember that when he was like, what was he suing the NFL for concussion or some shit?
Who was the Vince or Corbin? Who was suing the NFL?
It was like last year, Logan, or something. I think we talked about it on one show like a while ago. Like, Baron Corbin was like filing a concussion suit against the NFL or something, and didn't tell WWE about it.
Oh, fucking K! Like, how you gonna file a concussion suit and then be a professional wrestler? What a fucking idiot. Anyways,
it's not the brightest bulb. Once again.
Ugh. It sucks too, because I've been really enjoying. I do like his theme music, but
it's so good. You talk about an unfitting theme for a guy. That shit's so good, man.
It's goddamn good, and it's gonna be a shame. And within like maybe a year or two, when it's not gonna be heard ever again.
If they would have kept the Lone Wolf shit going like he first was in NXT, you're right. Like, the music would be suitable, I guess, at best. But it's just unfitting now. It's just It's sad to see kick-ass theme music go to waste, Logan. You know that feeling when you see it in wrestling. Fucking Alex Riley, goddamn. There's a ton of guys who have great music, and they're just. I
gotta be honest with you, Jinder Mahal's got decent music, but it's on Jinder Mahal.
You know, one immediately comes to mind, Logan, is Maven. Had really good music. It's fucking terrible.
Very good music, and
Logan can't even bring himself to saying it. He loves Maven so much that he can't even admit to it. He can't even admit that Maven is trash.
It's like when like I don't admit to people what I'm going to do right now that I have like all the seasons of Saved by the Bell on DVD. Those are just like, yeah, and I got it.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
No, it's not funny.
One of those kind of feelings. It brings the Maven out in you.
Shoot on me?
Me?
Are you shooting on me right now, brother? You got all the seasons of Saved by the Bell?
The only one I don't have is season 5, brother.
That's incredible. Is that true?
I have like 1 through 4.
Wow, that's incredible. I didn't know you were a big fan of AC Slater.
I'm more of a Zach Morris guy. Like, he was my hero as a kid. Scamming people and getting the ladies. And AC Slater was more like the wholesome, cringy fucking dimples. And where are we at right now, Logan? Like the dimples and Bobby and Lashley's asshole. I smell Money Myers.
I just don't know if
amongst other things.
Honestly, don't know how to take you guys serious anymore. All right.
No sugar, Bell.
All right, moving on to Natalya versus Ruby Riott in a tables match.
This was excellent. This was good. I actually really enjoyed this.
I did watch not out of spite, but just because I had shit to do, so I can't talk about it. So continue, AJ.
So you didn't? Okay, so you didn't see the Jim Neidhart table spot?
No, I know nothing of this match.
Ruby Riott came out with a table with a big like sticker or whatever of Jim Neidhart on it.
Didn't you do that on Raw Monday, Logan? I think. I've seen it, but did they go through the anvil?
They did not, but Natalya pulled out her own table at the end of a sticker of Ruby.
Was it a sticker of Ruby's dead mother or something?
No, it was of Ruby herself.
Oh.
And she ended up putting her through it. But she ended up putting all three members through the table?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that they're booking this. They're booking her strong, this hot up-and-comer, Natalya.
It was good for what it was. I don't know. I once again, I felt like there was at least closure to it.
Yeah, because you can't just bury someone's dead dad for fucking weeks when it's a shoot, and you can't not have a payoff. You're just a cringy human being at that point as a booker.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't, once again, like, I was thinking for I mean, they teased it too, and I mean, it was like, thank God that they didn't have the Ruby Riott go over. That would have been, that would have been rough. Putting Natalya through a table of her dead dad.
That's true. No, what did you think of this match, OJ?
Well, I just told you, I really enjoyed it, honestly.
Like, you really, really enjoyed it.
It was a little hokey when she put on the jacket.
It was paying homage, you know.
Yeah.
You could say.
I mean, they gave Natty a good match, which is funny because when I saw this match being on the pay-per-view card, I was like, oh, this is a weird one, right? Mm-hmm. But it actually made sense. Like,
and another thing, a lot of people said it was cringeworthy because they used a personal, with her father and all that.
They get people over.
But
you want to see Natalya put fucking Ruby through a table.
And 90% of the time, the family member who's involved in the angle, they would never do it unless they would know their parents would want them to use their death in an angle, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. And you know how
fucking hearts will beat you if you don't use their family in an angle.
Tommy Dreamer has been quoted as saying, if he dies, he wants to die in the ring. Some of these guys want to be used as an angle when they die. You know what I mean? Especially if their kid's in the business, their kid can prosper off their name. That's your kid. That's your name. That's what you do.
Yeah, you guys remember...
I'd let my kids use my death in an angle. Fuck it.
You guys remember the Paul Bearer Nesquik in the urn?
Nesquik.
The Nesquik powder.
That one makes me cringe because of how shitty Paul Bear's sons were. Didn't they pawn his Hall of Fame ring on Pawn Stars or something, or some show? It was yeah.
Yeah, they fucking suck. But that still kills me to this day. The whole fucking, or even what's his name? When Jerry Lawler, he didn't even die, but he had the heart attack, and CM Punk made fun of it.
You know Lawler gave it his blessing, or they wouldn't have done it. And you know Eddie Guerrero wouldn't have gave a fuck about the lowrider stuff with Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio back in the day.
Hell no. Of course
But
he
Eddie
would
Guerrero
want.
grew up in the fucking business. Of course he would want his name used in an angle.
These
You know,
guys
he
want-
did a custody of a child in a ladder match like a year before. I'm sure he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Rey Mysterio uses his own child.
His own child. Yeah.
Yeah, no. You don't think these guys want them to get the business over and make all the boys money? Come on.
People need to calm down with that shit. It's beyond tiresome.
This was excellent.
Controversial creates cash.
I will say, the Reed Flair thing, I guess I'm more understanding why people were upset. Yes, Jim Neidhart died of an accident, but it wasn't like something like an overdose or he was like a Chris Benoit or something like that. It was kind of too soon, but in a sense, yeah, it got heel heat. Now, looking back, it's not as memorable as a storyline as I think they would like it to be. I think they regret doing the Reed Flair thing. You know what I mean? I really do.
I can kind of understand that.
But it is what it is. Can't undo it now.
I still think it's not even back then. I didn't think it was as bad. When I heard about it, it was like, I don't know.
But in this, Ruby Riott just like fucking stepped on some sunglasses. It's like, calm down, everyone. It's fine.
Yeah, all she did was break glasses that probably wasn't even the father's. It was just a pair that they just bought.
I'm more offended on how Rhino, a fucking legend who's been in the business forever, was fired on Raw than I was with the Jim Neidhart stuff.
Man.
It's like I watched what's his name? Fucking I just mentioned him too. God damn it. Oh fuck. I'm blanking. Former GM.
Teddy Long.
No, the other one. He was in WC.
Shelton Benjamin.
Eric Bischoff. I say Teddy Long, and you say the other one. Is that Shelton Benjamin?
Teddy Benjamin. Yeah, Eric Bischoff. I see that.
He did a TED talk about what was it, like the drawing comparisons between the news media and professional wrestling.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
It's not. Did you watch it?
I watched most. I didn't watch it all. But I saw the part you're talking about.
It's 15 minutes long. I would say watch it because it is excellent. He says that. He says, look, wrestling doesn't want you to think. It wants you to feel. And what better way to get storylines across than to use, like, actual things that are happening. You know what I mean? Like real emotion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
I get what you mean.
Not like, analyzing a fucking armbar by Ricky Fukuoka in the Egg Dome. Even though I'm guilty of that, and we all are, but yeah, I totally know what Eric Bischoff meant when he said that, and he's so right.
Roku, what the
we just signed him in Hibiki Pro. He's coming, Logan. Ricky Fukuoka.
I'm never saying that name in fucking commentary ever.
I was 15, like, maybe the oldest I was when I was diehard in the Attitude Era was like 17 or 18. But I remember very few times, unless I was watching like maybe a cruiserweight match, remember analyzing how to put a match together or fucking working the left, brother, and shit like that. I never cared because I was so captivated by, just the feeling it, like Bischoff said,
Yeah. Yeah, you should be worried about, you want Stone Cold Steve Austin to beat the shit out of Vince McMahon.
And look, I'm not going to come all over the Attitude Era like most people. There's other eras, too, that you just feel it. You know, the Golden Era, fucking... Even Austin and Hogan at, like, WrestleMania 19, which I feel is after the Attitude Era, had that feeling for me. I didn't care if they worked a shitty match. The facial expressions on Vince, just Roddy Piper running, all that shit made it a magical match, you know? Felt it.
Yeah, I agree.
Good shit. Where are we at? What happened?
Somehow we're at WrestleMania 19 in December.
I guess you're just trying to fill
90,000
the filler.
at Pontiac Silverdome there, brother.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we can move on to the next match.
Sure.
Finn Balor facing Drew McIntyre. Match was literally 20 seconds less than the Ruby Riott Tables match.
Didn't see it.
Oh, fuck's sake, Travis. He saw the fucking kickoff, but not Drew McIntyre.
I'm all backwards today, Logan. What can I say? No, I didn't see it, but I heard Finn went over, and I know. Oh, I felt McIntyre. I think McIntyre's eventually gonna, but Finn needs to win eventually. So I'm fine with the finish, even though I didn't see the match. Whatever.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, I was surprised, but I thought, yeah, that's what you should do. And the match was okay. I didn't find many issues with it.
Logan. Logan
Sorry,
needs it.
I'm here.
I was playing Madden.
No. I was using.
So I always got to ask because I never know.
No, I was not.
I was making a trade.
Yes, I was using the restroom, and I didn't want to be disrespectful. So.
I hope you wash your hands.
You just wanted to let us leave us hanging.
Easy, brother. There's a big difference between Hulk Hogan's penis and Terry Bollea penis, dude.
What I was gonna say is for the Drew McIntyre Finn Balor match, somebody said that they didn't understand why Drew McIntyre lost this match, and it hurts Drew McIntyre. No, it does not.
Oh.
He's the heel. The heels are supposed to lose more than they win at the end of the day. To put over fucking babyface says.
I said Finn Balor needed a win. He desperately needed the win more than Drew McIntyre. And it actually made Drew McIntyre stronger because it didn't just take Finn Balor to beat Drew McIntyre in this match. It took an extra chair and Dolph Ziggler on the outside with the super kick. So, how did this hurt Drew McIntyre in the long run?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter anyway in modern WWE because all the baby faces are booked like fucking heels. Ronda Rousey, we'll get there later, but she had every right to go out there and push those two ladies off the ladder because of what they did to her.
Yeah.
She got booed out of the building for it. So that's, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Babyface cheated here then, is what happened. Shocker.
So how did it hurt, you know? It helps Finn Balor in the long run because he got a win, finally. He hasn't really had a big win in months, really. And
fucking pinned by Corbin on Raw.
Well, yeah. Well, and Drew McIntyre, it doesn't hurt him at all because of the fact that he has been so strong in recent weeks and months that there's really it would take a lot more than that to stall the momentum that Drew McIntyre has right now.
Does he have momentum right now? Because I feel like all the women have the momentum right now. I can't think of one singles male who has. If anything, I would think that Rollins or Ambrose would have it. But from what I saw tonight, Jesus.
I think Drew McIntyre has the momentum right now. I mean, he is coming off of one of his best promos, and basically when he ended his relationship with Dolph Ziggler. My bad, I can't even talk right now. So, but I think he's probably the only guy on Monday Night Raw as a heel that I can actually take seriously as a heel.
I mean, you got Brock.
Oh, he's not even on Raw. He's never on TV.
Champion.
And you're trying
Don't
to.
you undermine Brock's legacy, Logan.
Yeah. You're really pushing it there, Travis.
I'm sorry. I'm just being factual. He is the champion of Raw, so I guess he's on Raw.
Well, I mean, he's on Raw, but I'm just saying he's never on TV to have momentum.
Welcome to the joke, Logan. That was the joke. Anyway.
Look, dude. He's got the red belt. He's on Raw. He's got the blue belt. He's on SmackDown.
And that weird guy over there, that big purple thing, he's a little guy. We call them cruiserweights around here, around these parts. It's color coded, Logan. Get in line. Pick a color.
It's like a fucking. It's a fucking kindergarten classroom in there.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger's yelling at them all, telling them what to do, being a teacher.
God,
we are the kings of derailing fucking shows. I'm sorry, Logan. Every time OJ and I are on a show together, we always do this. It always ends up on Arnold Schwarzenegger. God, lo and behold, every fucking podcast somehow.
Why are you trying to derail my train?
That was really creepy.
Yes, but to say. All right, what was next?
It's like Travis was trying to ruin my experience on Red Dead Redemption or some shit.
I still gotta get that game, dude.
Yes, you do. It's very good.
Thinking about because I still got this Xbox One sitting here. Thinking about just clearing out all the space on it and then using that just for Red Dead Redemption.
You're gonna need it. It was like 100 gigs for mine. It's like a 2-disc install. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because if I can't do it for my PS4 because I can't lose all these games.
You won't lose them. Like you can it'll say delete them, but you'll still have all your save data for whenever you reinstall it.
Yeah.
You'll just
I don't. See, the thing is, I don't want to just have like two games that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to just have. Okay, I got Red Dead, and I got 2 other games that I can use.
You need the 1 gig fucking PlayStation.
I hate modern video gaming. I just want to blow in a plastic cartridge, stick it in, and get it done. Now who's uncomfortable, Logan?
Dude, we played the old Smash Bros. The other night, and we took probably about 20 minutes just trying to get the fucking thing to work in the N64.
Q-tip and little shot of X.
Yeah.
Should be golden. I played. You know what? Speaking of the devil, I played the new one for the first time today at a buddy's house, and it was really fun. It was really hectic. It's more hectic than ever. There's just so much shit, especially when you get your final smash. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. We did it again. Fucking did it again. We didn't realize it. We keep talking about derailing your show, then derailing off of that segment. And the other side, we're horrible at this.
I'm just trying to be good and be the host.
This is Super Smash Brothers hour. Simon Belmont was pretty fun. That was the main guy, the new character I had to pick. Just check him out.
Yeah, I gotta get myself a Switch. Anyways, what was next, Logan?
Alright, moving on to Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton.
Dull is fucking dishwater for me.
Randy Orton is the reason why. Rey Mysterio still can put on the maneuvers and the high-flying abilities and stuff like that.
Orton is the reason for the season, is what you're saying.
Randy Orton is the reason I wanted to rip my head off while watching this match.
I'll be right back. I'm going to Photoshop Randy Orton's head on Jesus and a baby manger.
No! Travis, you're fired. Oh my god. In other words, I give up. Alright, what did you think of this match there, OJ?
It's alright. It was a space filler.
And I just don't like Randy Orton is so dull. Rey Mysterio is tried his best in this match to at least keep it, entertaining somewhat. I I don't get it. Am I the only one that don't get why they're putting these two guys in a match together when Rey Mysterio could be putting on over guys like Almas or Rusev or Shinsuke Nakamura or something?
Yeah, where was he tonight?
Yeah, where was Rusev?
Where's Shinsuke never on pay-per-view anymore?
And originally it was supposed to have Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy tonight, and
sorry about that.
They
Did that pick up on Mike?
Yes.
I first time for everything. I spilled an entire bag of new dog food on my stairs. Going upstairs real quick.
This is what happens when you try to take pictures and put Randy Orton's head on
It's karma.
When I told you not to. I'm just kidding.
She's doing a hell of a job on Glow.
Who?
Karma. Anyway, where you guys? I'm sorry to interrupt. I didn't know if you guys heard the dog food, so I just wanted to apologize.
Well, I didn't hear the dog food, but I heard son of a bitch in the background. Was that you?
Then it was worth it. No, it was my neighbor who just happened to be in my... No, it was me. Who else would it have been?
Well, could have been anybody.
Listen.
Could have been the ghost.
Might have been Terry.
The ghost of Baron Corbin's gimmick.
Yes.
Ghost of Baron Corbin's hairline.
Yeah, even better.
Or Dean
The ghost
Ambrose.
of my bag of dog food, which is now R.I.P. No, it's not a big. I just scoop it up with a little cup back into the bag. No damage done. Unlike Baron Corbin's career, has zing. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue what you guys are saying.
Travis has done derailed this podcast like 4 times. I'm
going to kick myself off in a second.
No. I'm just kidding.
What? So where were we at, Logan?
So still Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio.
Out the building. Okay.
Travis, I'm going to derail the fucking podcast this time. Travis is coming over to my house tomorrow and bringing me vape. The end.
Is that a shoot, brother?
That's not a shoot. That's kayfabe.
Dude, he's working you into a shoot.
He's not Brian Pillman. I'm not a booker, man. He's not going to work me into it.
Damn. Thought I had him.
Way to put me on the spot on air. Like, hey, do you mind loaning me some gas money? Like, when you fuck something like that, like...
I'm just kidding. No, really, what did you think about Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio there, Travis?
I would rather go back and clean up all that dog food and then just kick it over again than have to watch this match again. And then have to clean up the dog food again. This match is like Jumanji for me. I'm just like, what the fucking year is it? Like, I don't know. And I hate when they do this shit. Because it's just like there's a stipulation on the line or careers on the line or titles and glitz and glamour. They're just wrestling because they're egos. And they've only known each other for like 20 fucking years. But all of a sudden, I don't care. Why should I fucking care? And I'm glad Rey Mysterio's back. It looks great. You know what I mean? But this is what you got for him? What are you doing?
Yeah, I was just saying when you were dumping out your dog food that he could be putting guys like Almas over, Shinsuke, guys who need to be over, and a match who needs to be feel important and involved in a pay-per-view. And Randy Orton is just so fucking bland. I don't care if he's face or heel. I don't care if he's fucking a gay character. I don't care if he's Maven.
I like how that's like immediately what you go to after face and heels. Like I'm gay and racist.
I don't care if he's gay or Maven.
I think Randy Orton has always been really talented. I think Randy Orton's always been really talented. I just think the problem is eventually in any promotion, in any era, in any year, you got to change the guard sometimes. You got to get some new blood in there. Everything runs its course. People want to see the next act. That's never going to change. People are going to do podcasts spilling dog food 20 years from now, and they're going to bitch about that, about the same guys being in the same role. because that's just something that that's the Royal Rumble's coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's okay for me, like when Triple H came back in 02 and won, or certain cases, but it's always better when a guy who's never won the title wins the Rumble, because it's fresh and fucking shiny, and there's a reason to care, you know?
Could you, alright,
I'm not going to root for fucking the guy to get the girl in the movie who's like a hunk and gets the girls early on in the movie, and then he falls in love with the girl, and then why would I root for that? I want to root for the fucking DJ Qualls from Road Trip, or the nerdy guy that fucking nobody liked, and he gets the girl in the end. That's what I want to root for. The first guy popping his cherry on the silver screen. I want to cheer for that guy.
So you're rooting for me, basically.
Fucking A.
So, hear me out on this one. What if they sent... It's going to sound weird. What if they sent Randy to NXT?
I don't...
Do it.
Hold on. And you have him just fucking dominate. Just run through everybody, except for like a select few, and then they end up
and Gargano,
yeah, and then they end up having like basically like the right to face Orton, because like as Orton goes down there and says, "Yeah, you guys are second rate. You guys are."
Fucking yes, you're right there. That's exactly what you do with a guy like fucking Randy Orton. You know why? Because in the end, go ahead, Logan.
I was going to just say a quick thing, but please take the Voices theme song away from him. Give him his old one from back in the day.
It doesn't really matter. It's more about he's got to do something that's not just I'm a fucking SmackDown mid-carder. You know?
You do what the fucking TNA did with Kevin Nash and the X Division guys in a way, but you do it the right way, and it's a little different, but kind of like that. And also, every guy he's going to get to work with down there is something new and fresh. And eventually, when you get the payoff, as long as the end game is the fucking, Aleister Black or whoever to go over on Orton, that's fine. But if it's just Orton to have like a reign of terror down in NXT where he does, then that's gonna suck. But I don't think they would send him down there to do that. What's the fucking point of developmental then? You know what I mean?
Nothing really.
But that's exactly what they should do, and I would love to see that. A takeover. What the fuck's Randy Orton doing here? He just RKO'd Ricochet. What the fuck? Nobody would see it coming except us, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing is like Randy Orton should be winding down with his career anyways.
Yes.
You don't think that he would love to fucking just sit at home, make the same money he's making now, and fucking go to week?
Did you guys see earlier in the week John Cena apparently came out and said we'll see, but he said it's his time is up and others guys' time is now. Whatever was the quote? Very clever, John. But that was refreshing for me. So like, oh yeah, well stick to your word this time. And I feel like Cena is savvy enough in a way, and unless your name's Alex Riley or like Kenny Dykstra, you don't really hear him shitting on guys a lot. I feel like he's smart enough to know that eventually you got to change the card and get new talent in there as top level guys. Can't always have the same guys, basically. To
be quite fair though, like well, whatever. We'll it's gonna derail, but yeah, I think that he needs. I don't know. The way he went out was kind of souring. Like, that's a guy like who I could see if he came back, it would kind of feel a little fresh because of how long he's been out and how it's like he did not go out. I just can't imagine that was it. What, putting Undertaker over in 2 minutes?
They could. What's scary about this scenario I'm about to say is they could do this. They have the capabilities in the roster, and I think Cena would be down to do it. My mind would literally be blown. I'd be speechless and shit my pants at the same time if he showed up in that role you just said for Randy Orton NXT, but he showed up as fucking heel chain John Cena, cutting promo. And like, imagine that. That would be fucking tremendous.
Yeah.
I want to see NXT bring a couple guys up to NXT, like how they had Rhino and Scotty 2 Hotty and them. They need to bring some old guys from back in the day and help put over some talent and stuff.
Did they bring Scotty 2 Hotty back?
They did in the years ago.
It was too cool, actually.
Yeah, it was too
cool. Didn't they win the tag belts or they
feuded with the Ascension and was in a tag team match against the Ascension for the tag team titles on the very first NXT takeovers.
And he's not making that up. It's sad that I know that that's true.
Oh. I feel like it would be something I remember. I remember when Mickey James came back. You gotta remember when Too Cool came back.
I need a shower now. I feel so wrestling nerd right now that I know that, and Logan knows that. Like, I feel dirty. Ugh. Sometimes my knowledge makes me sick.
Logan, where were we? Okay, so Orton and Ray. We're finished with that.
Can we move on from that fucking match, please? I feel like we've been talking about that match for like 40 minutes, and I'm going insane from it.
Yeah, I was getting there. For some reason, my charger wasn't charging my phone.
Controller? Logan, you are playing that,
no,
aren't you?
my phone, I meant.
Controller.
Alright, next match was Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. I know Travis didn't get to see this.
Did not. Should I be thankful?
Go ahead, OJ. Tell him.
I don't know. It's kind of just your typical match, like your typical Ronda Nia match. I really didn't see much difference from the
it was
match they had.
It was way better than the first one.
I didn't really feel like that.
I did. And
and the other thing too is like somebody's mad at Nia, man. Like, why does she always tap out? It seems like she taps out all the time.
Well,
I can't imagine why she'd have heat.
Well,
did you guys? By the way, did you see that? Speaking of Nia, that Ember Moon's husband. Was that real? Like a couple weeks ago on Twitter, that Ember had a match with Nia on Raw, and he tweeted out, "I hope this idiot doesn't injure my wife too tonight."
I swear to God, if that is true, I don't care if you did derail the show again. That's fucking hilarious, and I really want to know.
Tons of people, when you say anything about the Brotherhood, brother, about any of the boys, like when Meltzer did that to Peyton Royce, like we talked about, they were up in arms and they all went out on Twitter. Nobody has come to Nia Jax's defense since that shit. Everyone's going radio silent, and her husband, if that's true, because I saw a screenshot of it, but I didn't know if it was real. Man, maybe there really is fucking, because now I feel like everybody jumped the gun on bitching, because where's Nia at now from after tonight? Like, they kind of squashed the fuck out of her character, which rightfully so, who's to say, but I don't think, because everyone's like, oh man, they're going to give her a push for injuring someone. Well, I don't know. Maybe justice will be served, and you get scolded. If you're at a job and you fuck up, you get written up or something. So maybe this is her write up.
You saw the segment, right, Travis, with Becky Lynch afterwards?
Yes, that's what I'm talking. That's when I came in.
All right, yeah. That's something. I mean, obviously, I knew that the whole thing that happened the other month with Lynch was getting her some heat. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really understand what this company's doing with her. Because now, I mean, she just got beat the fuck out of by the two biggest women in the company, two biggest stars. And it's like, I mean, I don't know. Somebody's supposed to be a monster character just getting punched in the back and not retaliating.
Well, like I said, in my opinion, I think this match was better than their first match, and Ronda Rousey, I cannot believe some of the takedowns that she had on Nia Jax. That one roll up from the top of her neck and then flipped her over using her legs. That was some athletic strength, using her fucking thighs and shit to get her over like that. That was, I can't imagine. Do you remember that spot there, OJ?
No, I can't visualize it with your description.
You sure see.
It's not a knock on you.
She jumped on the top of her shoulders and then flipped her upside down onto her back using her legs.
Don't forget the thighs, pal. I need more thighs. Zoom in on the thighs.
Yeah, she did. Like, she just used
it's like, obviously I really didn't. That whole thing left my mind, other than her tapping.
She has her critics. I give it to Ronda, though, man. She stayed true to her word. She's not pulling a Brock. She's traveling, hitting the house shows, and she goes to Performance Center every week to train. for like the big matches and shit. She's still learning. I don't know what people want from her.
A decent feud? I don't know.
I don't like her as an actual person, and like I think she's kind of fucking petty, petty asshole in real life. But as far as like learning to be a pro wrestler, I think she's trying to go about. There's no way they were going to just start her at the bottom in the PC with a bunch of no-name trainees. Like, I don't think it could be helped that they kind of throw her in the spotlight, because that's the name she's made for herself. She kind of couldn't help that, but at least she's trying to do it the right way, I guess, and try to fit in with the boys. I don't know.
A lot of it's, well, I mean, I don't think any of them want to piss her off either in the back, because she holds way too much power in the company.
So much leverage if you're Ronda Rousey and Brock. It's admitted.
Yeah.
Not as much as Ronda, but
no. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is with Ronda, it's like any bad word about the push, and she's gonna go. She could go right to Triple H and Stephanie. You know,
it's like when Dwayne comes in, brother. You gotta watch what you say, dude. God forbid. He's got to go make Doom too. All of a sudden, brother, it's bullshit. Cole bluff Dwayne.
Look, dude, Dwayne wouldn't be where he was if I didn't come out with Mr. Nanny, brother.
Dwayne wouldn't be out there, brother, if I didn't share a beer with Rocky Johnson in 1978, dude, and recommend him to the AWA, brother. Where are we at? Where the fuck are we at, Logan?
Well, we're starting Ronda and Nia Jax. I mean,
oh, yeah.
I think it was a better match. Like I said, it was a better match than their first one. I think they built a little bit more chemistry this time around, and but other than that, there's really not much to say, because you really don't know what the future is for both these women. Who is the next challenger for Ronda Rousey, and where does Nia Jax go from here?
I think Ronda.
Hopefully wherever Baron Corbin's going.
Yeah. No. I think, for Nia, she needs to study her craft a little more. Apparently, she's injured a couple people.
She didn't injure anybody this time. Now, during this match, I will say that one jumping knee that Ronda did to Nia Jax, it literally made Nia Jax's eyes roll in the back of her head. She literally hit her right in the fucking temple.
Here's what I would, somehow I'd flip Charlotte over to Raw. I don't know if I'd flip her and Becky over to Raw. Mania's got to be Becky and Ronda. There's no doubt. That's what it should be. I feel like you can't not have that match now.
I have this feeling that it's going to be a tag team match between Becky Lynch and Charlotte versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
No, they won't do that. That's not money for them. They want a title on the line. It's the first ever. I'm telling you, the women are going to main event this year, first time ever, and they want it to be for a title. If they're going to do that, I guarantee you.
The man versus.
That's how they're going to do it. They're going to have Becky win the Royal Rumble probably. Now that they got the belt off of her.
Yeah, I agree that she should have lost. And a lot of people, I see it already right now as I scroll through Twitter. I can't believe where to derail or push. No, this was what they should have done. The money's in the fucking chase. Ronda. Ronda did a heel thing tonight, so I guess you got to shift Ronda heels in this somehow, because she's never going to get over on Becky. Look at the Twitter threads between those two. People eat Ronda alive, and Ronda doesn't do herself any fucking favors, by the way.
No, because she's not. But I will say this: if you make Ronda Rousey heel, then it might. I don't know. I like where Becky Lynch is right now. Maybe if you keep her as a tweener.
Ronda Rousey needs to be in the role of what they're trying to do with Nia Jax right now, and Tamina should be like Shayna Baszler. They need to call the horsewomen up and make them a stable.
Honestly, I've said from the start that Ronda should have came in as Triple H and Stephanie's weapon. Basically, whenever the authority needed to get stuff done, because you could have protected her for so many months, basically just having her do fucking hit jobs on the division.
Female Brock.
Still learning, yeah. And then, I mean, you could have literally fucking rock Austin with these two. You have the corporate champion
Fuck, you could have put Heyman with Ronda Rousey. That would have worked.
Yeah.
Technically, Heyman is with Ronda Rousey, but not in that way that you think.
Oh, in a sexual way, Logan?
No, he's been working with her on the promos. Like, he's literally the one that writes her promos.
Then I'm not interested.
So.
Yeah. If Heyman isn't plowing that from behind, I don't want to hear about their promo class.
That's funny. Where are we at? Where are we at?
God knows Logan isn't selling shit, so thank you, OJ. I appreciate your laughter.
Are you guys ready to move on?
Yeah, where are we at?
Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
Tremendous fucking wrestling match. I'm fine with the finish. I like the Daniel Bryan character. It's pretty much CJ Parker is a main eventer, just turned up, and it's fine for me. It was fucking fine. It was nice to see AJ Styles in a match where there was no penis touching, no bullshit, just a straight up fucking match for the most part. And I liked it.
Mm-hmm. The whole idea of, it still keeps AJ strong too, because, so close.
He's always going to be strong. He's just on that level now. I don't care. Yeah. It's going to be very hard to hurt AJ Styles' character at this point, unless they just fucking Zack Ryder him or push him off the stage in a wheelchair or something ridiculous. But he's fucking this generation Shawn Michaels for that company.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoyed this match. It was my match of the night. Daniel Bryan. I said this in the Hibiki chat. I said I don't like this version of Daniel Bryan, and him getting out of the ring and playing the mind games, because I know it's a heel and it's something that's what he'll just do, but I feel like for the Daniel Bryan as a heel, you would want him to be just run at his opponent full on aggressive, and hit those big moves and still be a technical wrestler.
Every time, for me, Daniel Bryan's ever been a heel. Since his indie days till now, he's done a good job. From the ROH CZW war, he did a great fucking heel promo in Philly. Really, the character we get now is what he was doing in ROH. Just this has turned up way more and more characters, but he would still make references in his promos back then in fucking ROH about vegan and all that shit, better than you, and kind of like the straight edge thing with Punk, but no, I just think he's an underrated heel. He always has been good for me. Even doing the yes no shit with Kane and all that, it was fine for me. It entertained the shit out. I think anyone that says they didn't like the Kane and Daniel Bryan thing, oh, it's WWE, no, they're lying to you. It was entertaining for what it was.
Yeah, it was entertaining. I just don't like.
I didn't need to see it again earlier this year, but
No, it was excellent. That was great. I was so happy that they got back together.
I just didn't like the fact that I get that when Daniel Bryan got out of the ring and was mocking Brock Lesnar during Survivor Series, that made him look like a fucking badass, because who really mocks Brock Lesnar during their matches or before?
What's
Not
mocking?
Too many guys.
Vince McMahon.
It's true.
So, but not
like,
every.
I wish Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles had real life heat and shit, because then this could be this generation's Brett and Shawn in a way if they really hated each other in real life.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is I didn't like the Daniel Bryan getting out of the ring, mocking AJ Styles, and just playing the mind games. I just didn't enjoy that part. That's the only thing. I do like the aggressiveness that Daniel Bryan brings, and those stomps to the head that he did on Brock Lesnar, and then when he did it on AJ, I like that.
Yeah, standard DB. It's good shit. It's good when they let the guys go like that in the ring, yeah.
And it's funny, Travis, I don't know if you saw this, but me and Rad literally said, we both said it in the chat as well. I was like, they better give these guys at least 20 to 25 minutes in the match and Rad agreed with me. I said if they give them 20 to 25 minutes, they're going to put on a better match than the previous 2 matches they've had against each other. And look what happened.
I don't want to see a ton of them. I want them to have a rematch or 2. I don't want to see a ton of them because then they just start feeling less and less special, kind of like Nakamura and Styles for me.
Well, this is the third time they wrestled.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want any more right now, I think. As good as this was, I think let's move on. It's a new year, reset a little bit.
Yeah, AJ Styles is done feuding with him. Daniel Bryan should probably feud with somebody else. And
who the fuck is there on SmackDown is the thing.
The only person I can really think of right now for Daniel Bryan is...
Shelton Benjamin.
Yes. No, I'm thinking it'll probably be like a one-off. No, I don't think so. I think it'll probably be like Ray or something.
Ray's the only guy.
You can do Jeff Hardy, but they don't trust Jeff Hardy enough, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is literally the only dude that you can really... Unless you're randomly going to make Samoa Joe just turn face, and then...
No.
That's the only thing...
Somehow.
And it looks like the Miz is face now. I don't understand that either. I don't know.
It's good. Let's just say it'll be Shane McMahon. Will be the next challenger at this rate.
Jesus Christ, I want to...
Coach general managers before Logan. I just booked the Rumble for you.
What if they do that at Mania? Could you imagine that?
I can see him doing it now that I think about it.
And it's not a bad idea.
Yes, I don't want to see it.
I might not want to see it, but it's not...
I wouldn't hate Mysterio and Daniel Bryan. I feel like that's kind of a dream match.
That is probably going to be the best bet that we get. Unless tomorrow night Vince McMahon announces a shakeup of both rosters for the new year and we get fresher feuds. Who is there to feud with Daniel Bryan?
I know what you do. On SmackDown this week, you have Daniel Bryan cut a promo. All of a sudden, R-Truth's music hits. He comes out and says, I won a number 1 contendership. They're like, no, you won the 30 in the Rumble. He's like, no, you said number 1 contendership. And then that, yeah.
What if Seth Rollins goes to SmackDown and they do a roster shakeup?
No, they can't. He's got a feud with Dean still.
I don't want to see another one.
Can't. You have to do it. You have to just finish it up.
Fucking Bray Wyatt shows up all of a sudden. Oh, he's on SmackDown now, and he's a babyface, and he has the built-in history of Daniel Bryan and the Wyatt family. He's a former WWE champion. Why not? It's just for a Rumble match. It's filler until we get to Mania.
Yeah.
He's back now.
It's not the worst.
They need somebody.
Why not book fucking Bray Wyatt, do a mulligan, have a redo, we book him like a babyface, like fucking goddamn Cactus Jack and Mick Foley, just not as violent, because God forbid. But it could work. I think people want to get behind Bray. He comes off tell me Bray Wyatt doesn't come off likable as a babyface, if you envision it.
Could. I think he could.
Just don't book him like a fucking joke. You know, that's all you got to do.
He doesn't pay child support, but otherwise I think he's an okay dude.
I'm separating art from the human being on this. I didn't even know that, actually. Is that a shoot?
His ex-wife alleged it. Once again, I mean, it's an allegation, but I still think it's hilarious.
He has not paid.
This was at the same time that he was buying his who was it, JoJo? Yeah. He was buying her a pony.
and giving her a in quotation marks, anaconda. Somebody said it was in a report that JoJo really likes Bray Wyatt.
A pony? Yeah. Is that a shoe?
Yeah. Bought a pony while his kids are starving.
Wow. That was pretty husky of you there, Harris. Wow.
Well, since
Logan, do you see what I did? Because that was his first gimmick name. Yeah.
But
Logan's not giving you an inch, man.
Not even a foot.
Nothing. Not even a centimeter. Logan is standing firm as the host of the show.
You're damn right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
We got Judge Joe Brown over here.
Judge Joe Myers.
I just, to be honest with you, I really don't know what you do with Daniel Bryan unless you do a roster shakeup and have somebody else fresh come over and feud with Daniel Bryan and until WrestleMania or until you figure out what you're going to do with the Rumble and all that. I don't know. But I do know that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins had a match that lasted about the same amount of time as the WWE Championship match.
This was really hurt by the crowd, I feel like. I think a hotter crowd would have helped. This was really hurt by the boneheaded decision to just make it a standard match. I figured that was a shoo-in to be a TLC match. Of all the matches on this fucking card.
Yeah.
So it's a grudge fucking feud. Where's the fucking hardware here, God? What is this? But whatever. I mean, I guess the match was fine.
There was only like one match that featured tables, ladders, and chairs. Halfway through this pay-per-view, I was saying they should just call it fucking Bad Blood. You have bad blood with everybody. Dean has bad blood with Seth Rollins. You know, I mean, at this point.
For me, I think this feud's also hurt for the fact that, and this might seem nitpicky, but it's for the IC title, and we know now that Brock's on bye-bye that fucking this is the top title, quote-unquote, for now, when it's on, and that makes it feel unspecial as supposed to be taken serious as that brand's main event, and I don't want to say it makes him look like a joke, because I love the Intercontinental title in the history, but I think it hurts the feud from being taken more main event and serious in a way.
Yep, you're right.
Now, you can argue that and say it's elevating the IC title, but elevating it for what? To go away again when Brock shows up and become an afterthought like it did this time? Like, what's the point?
And I don't know the point of why they booked Dean Ambrose to actually beat Seth Rollins and win the IC title, because I don't think he's even going to bring anything to the table for that title. I really don't.
I'm actually fine with that. Because I feel like it's time to recognize that Rollins is one of your hottest acts and just get him into that. Because the rumor is Rollins and Brock at Mania, from what I've seen.
Well,
that's not going to tickle everyone's fancy. I don't know if it's the match I'd fucking book, but
I think it's a match that you should book, and here's the reason why. Seth Rollins has been the hottest thing on Monday Night Raw in months. And that's my personal opinion.
You've been the hottest thing on this channel in months, brother.
Thank you. I know it. Thank you. It feels good to be acknowledged.
Logan, what were you drinking earlier? Like 5 seconds ago?
Cola.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Cola.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering if that was just going to go unacknowledged the whole time.
Yeah.
It was a loud sip.
I had to.
What kind of cola is it, Myers?
Just regular cola.
Is it name brand?
Mm-mm.
You little devil. Anyway.
Can't afford that shit. Broke brother.
Stars and Stripes Cola.
The Lex Express Cola.
I think Seth Rollins has been the hottest thing, and he has literally burnt it down. So, the only thing...
did there.
I'm not selling that. I am not selling that.
Why?
Awful joke. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I wasn't even trying to joke. That wasn't even a joke.
Uh-huh. Just like that soda.
You know what? Y'all hateful.
He hate me. Continue, Logan. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch. I think the only grape that I can that I can actually give you about this match is, yes, maybe Dean Ambrose did need to beat Seth Rollins, but I think it needed to be in a more controversial fashion in order to just, because if you need to have Seth Rollins be believable in beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, if that is the plan, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if he can't beat Dean Ambrose, and he lost to him like the way he did tonight, maybe he's just not believable to me to beat Brock Lesnar right now. Yes, he needed to lose the title so he can move on to the Universal Championship, but in the long run, tonight kind of hurt him and any chance of being that guy that can burn it down at WrestleMania and beat Brock Lesnar. So Dean Ambrose should have cheated to win this title tonight, and I don't care who it would have pissed off.
Apparently, it pissed off fucking this person, Midnight Al TV, who gave me the business tonight. Just about in general, all I did was make a fucking comparison to like it was an analogy of Becky Lynch and being like, you know, your parents wearing a T-shirt of a band you love, and all of a sudden it doesn't feel special or cool anymore if your parents are wearing. That's what happens when WWE takes over NXT talent. To me, that was the analogy I was trying to make. This guy he's still going. Sorry to bring that up. I just popped on Twitter,
really?
man.
Is he still going?
I mean, I hadn't checked him out, but Jesus Christ, I don't even know why they deserve to get a shout out, but God, just you people sometimes. You people. Yeah, you people.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous.
And like I said, how is having a single opinion, bitching and crying? You didn't cry, you didn't complain about multiple things, and you didn't say you were just gonna stop watching because you didn't like this certain thing and that certain thing. And the way this dude was talking to you, Travis, like he sounded like he was 10 years old.
Everybody stop reading Dave Meltzer's stuff and trying to close your eyes and pretend you're him. But it's okay, because shout out to somebody that does deserve one, at Alavel, old school snob, who just posted like an old school picture of Lex Luger and Barry Windham in a stare down. So that makes me feel better as I scroll up.
What? Team Skyway 206 is new to the live chat. Hang on, stop laughing, Jesus.
Well, you're not making it easy.
He says Renee Young should have turned heel tonight. I kind of thought she was a little heelish during the main event. During the Dean Ambrose match.
I actually didn't even think about that, but I agree with that. She should have jumped out there and said, you would have remembered it, because this says no one's going to remember this. It was a match.
I didn't even actually, it was funny, I did not have commentary on for like the latter half of the show. So that completely slipped my mind. I should have listened in, because it's right. Renee Young.
I did, but I was struggling to stay awake, so I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying on commentary.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, the Team Skyway 206 also asks a question to all three of us, and I really don't want to answer this, but Smash. Hang on.
Smash, kill Mary, Asuka, Charlotte.
Hey, why did you guys ruin it? I was
ruining the bit.
Yeah, you ruined it.
What are your answers, guys?
So, who would you smash, kill, or marry, Travis? Asuka, Charlotte, or Becky?
Smash Becky, probably kill Charlotte, and marry Asuka, because I love culture in video games.
Okay.
Good answer. That's a good answer.
I'll smash Asuka, kill Charlotte. Her naked pictures ruined it for me last year. And
I'm an asshole.
And I would marry well, her wrinkles look like her dad's wrinkles. Okay, so, and I would marry the hell out of Becky Lynch and her accent.
Logan, those are called boobs, not wrinkles.
No, I'm not talking about her boobs.
Never mind.
Smash Becky. I think I'd go with Travis' answer, honestly. So smash Becky, kill Charlotte because of the mole, and marry Asuka. She can probably
and just booty call Becky because of the accent. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Okay, people.
I would marry the shit out of Becky Lynch.
That should be a T-shirt. I'd marry the shit out of Becky Lynch.
Shit out of Becky Lynch.
Just Logan's face on the back.
All right.
I want a shirt that says Oscar could probably cook.
So what you're saying, OJ? Your answer was Oscar, Mary, and all that, and then Becky, smash, and blah blah. The Japanese women are polite.
They know. I don't know. They know how to be good housewives. Yeah.
They know how to be subservient.
That's what. Yeah, I'm trying to get that.
And the mole really got to you, didn't it, OJ?
Yeah, the mole. And then you brought up the ESPN naked pictures, and it was. I don't know.
Is Charlotte as tall as Razor Ramon? Because she's huge. That's what it is for me. Like, she makes me feel insecure.
She is indeed 6'1", so yeah.
She's an ant. Like, I just noticed, especially now, like, her entrance when she stood at the bottom of the ramp before she got in the ring. There were like some, looked like to me would be big dudes, but like she just dwarfed them. I don't know if it's how the camera was, whatever. But yeah, she's very tall, and that would just fuck me up, Logan.
Maybe that's why she's got them wrinkles on her thighs and where her cooch is.
You and fucking thighs. Did you have Kentucky Fried Chicken for dinner? That's like four times you've mentioned a woman's thighs tonight.
Her wrinkles down there look like Ric Flair was like 99 years old.
I think that's another thing too. Is you just look at her and just keep thinking that's what fucking old saggy fucking Flair's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From his loins. Yeah.
I'd be what do the kids call it, Logan? Smashing it. I'd be smashing it, and I'd hear just like 1980s NWA Ric Flair promos in my head while I was doing it, and I couldn't perform.
Yeah.
I'd phone it in, brother.
Yeah. All right, if you had to smash.
Thank you for your question. What was the guy's name again? That was a great question.
Team Skyway 206. I have another one too. Okay, I'm not gonna give 3 names of wrestlers, but smash, kill, marry. Who would you in the WWE?
Rey Mysterio.
No, not guys.
Yeah, party.
Shut up, OJ.
Not guys, OJ.
Not guys.
Not guys. Then I'm out. I got nothing.
I'm gonna predict the future and say Ember Moon for all 3 for Matt.
I don't want to marry a professional wrestler.
Yeah,
I don't. No. I might have issues with trust.
Well, I would definitely kill Charlotte. I would smash Bayley and marry Alexa Bliss. There we go.
Can I just have sex with every woman on the roster and that's it?
No, you don't want to do that, Travis.
Well, that's even more dangerous. Yeah. I'm just going to tap out. Tamina, I don't want any part of it.
Tamina. What happens when you get to Tamina? What are you going to do then?
Yeah,
what happens when you get to Melina? Then you got to go to the doctor. Sorry, Melina. Well, I don't want to marry her.
What happens when you get to Sasha Banks? Are you going to, while you're hitting it, you're going to literally scream, "It's boss time"?
What happens when we get to the next match on TLC 2018?
Well, I thought we were having fun here.
Jesus. No, I am. I just didn't know how deep we were going to go here on the Sasha Banks crevice.
On Travis, are you going to derail Logan's bit? He's been
I'll tell you this flat out. Out of any of them, I could not date Sasha Banks. Wouldn't work.
That's why I mentioned it, because I don't think I could either. She just, I kind of feel bad for her husband or whatever, because as
the Asian guy who's a fucking makeup artist.
Yeah.
Actually, a wrestler around the same time in Massachusetts. Yeah.
I swear to God, I feel like she probably
Mercedes
ties him down and whips him and
Mercedes
shit, like.
Mercedes HIV.
Mercedes HIV. Sasha Sperm Bank. Go ahead, Logan.
Sasha probably dominates that guy, literally.
Woof.
Probably ties him up and.
All right, Logan. Look, we don't need to hear your fantasies, okay?
It's not my fantasies. I'm just saying the way Sasha Banks acts towards people in real life, she, you know what I mean. But moving on, I guess. What did you guys think about Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins finish up what you guys were gonna say.
I had to walk away.
You had to walk away. You're welcome. Welcome.
No, more food spilled, actually, because my cat knocked it. I had to clean it up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm glad we cleaned the show up, too.
Alright, moving on to the main event triple threat. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh, my. Asuka, Becky, Charlotte.
I enjoyed it. I have no complaints on the booking, on the match. I liked the Ronda thing. It was a good surprise. I liked it. I am reviewing the year on a WWE pay-per-view, maybe for the first time, where I said I liked it. I have nothing really bad to say. Maybe I could hear Becky Lynch very audibly throughout the entire match. I don't know if you guys did. Calling spots with Asuka, and I get it. Asuka's probably, you got to talk a little louder, but my God, that was audible.
Yeah. Yeah, she said, push me and stuff like that. I heard it.
It made sense to get the belt off of Becky, like we said earlier. It's about time. Did something with fucking Asuka. Charlotte doesn't need the belt right now. She's still killing it as a heel. She's always probably my favorite performer in the company that's a woman. But yeah, the match was some nasty shit, man. Like I said earlier about fucking Charlotte's ribs. I don't know if she's injured. I don't know if you've seen anything, but that was brutal when Lynch landed.
It seems like every big spot that Charlotte's involved with, something goes wrong. When Becky Lynch speared her on SmackDown Live, Charlotte speared Becky Lynch through the Titantron up on the stage. She cut her arm really, really bad, remember?
Yeah. And by the way, it was 2 women out there to catch her on the moonsault. Guess what? Nobody caught her.
Yeah, and I criticized that and said that that was a bad moonsault. They should have caught her. And
it looked awesome.
And JD told me that that I was wrong. That the way they didn't catch her or whatever was the way of letting her land on her feet and roll for safety reasons. I thought they were supposed to catch them so that they don't actually take a big bump on their feet or...
The thing was, they didn't take a bump. She never came close to contact, so the spot was kind of a moot point.
Yeah.
That, like, if she would have contacted and she rolled, then I get what he's saying. But for me, that's why that was, I guess... Maybe, I don't want to say any low points on this, like I said, because this was fine by me. I don't want to complain for once,
well,
and it was...
I was just saying, like, I thought I was right that that moonsault was just not... They should have, like, caught her just a little bit, just to protect her. Because she was doing a moonsault, you know. You don't know if you might end up landing a little awkwardly than you think. You never know what could happen.
Right.
So they should have protected her just a tiny bit more than what they did.
High boots. OJ, what did you think of the main event, TLC?
Really good match, and I'm really happy with the outcome. Like we talked about earlier, I think this sets up for much better things. And, yeah. Finally, they fucking did something with Asuka.
Yeah, they need to build her momentum up big time. And I think this is the way they do it is put the title on Asuka and let her build up that streak again. It'd be perfect.
Or some amalgamation of the streak. Yeah. No, I agree. Maybe we get Charlotte versus Asuka too at this Mania.
Yeah.
Let me get you guys' opinion on this. What if Asuka actually repeats that streak, and this time she goes longer than what she did the last time, and then it comes down to Ronda Rousey moving on to facing Asuka. I'm not saying WrestleMania. I'm saying, like, not this WrestleMania, but the WrestleMania after. What if they did that? That'd be decent. You build up Asuka again to being that badass that's undefeated, and then Ronda Rousey's the one chasing for once.
Well, you can't build her up to be undefeated.
I'm saying undefeated since winning the women's title.
Well, yeah, you could do that. I mean, I'm all about Asuka and Ronda finally sometime, as long as it's done right. Sure, I'm down.
But I do think Becky Lynch and Asuka at Royal Rumble That should be the plan. 1-on-1.
No, I think Becky should be in the Women's Rumble.
Yeah, she should be winning the Rumble.
And choose to go to Raw to get payback for this from Ronda.
I think.
That's what I think.
Well, I think Asuka and Becky Lynch can have that. Becky Lynch is going to get a rematch. That's probably going to. So I think if you do that.
They find some loophole, dude. They can offer her the rematch, and she goes, "No, I want to get into the Rumble and fucking win it." So
we could have her and Charlotte go off on each other on SmackDown this Tuesday and be like, blah 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 about this, what happened tonight, and then put the stipulation in like your rematch clause on the line for the main event of SmackDown, and then Charlotte beats her. And Becky has to win the Rumble.
What I think is she could pull double duty. Let her lose to Asuka at Royal Rumble, and then she wins the Royal Rumble.
Maybe, but it would only work if the number 30 spot was open.
She don't need to be number 30 to.
No, I could see that, Logan. I could see that. That could work. She doesn't need to be 30, I think, but she don't make her like number 1. Then it's like, well, she was just out here like 10 minutes ago.
Should be number 30.
Like if Asuka and
I feel like if she's 29, it could work. That's a long while into the match.
Yeah.
I don't think numbers like 26 through 30 it'll still kind of, it's late enough into the match. The crowd needs to pick up.
It also doesn't make a lot of fucking sense either to be like, okay, she was in this match, like this spot was reserved for her. You know what I mean? Unless they want to do something like they took Carmella out.
Yeah. And Becky Lynch took her out after. Yeah. I like that we all like the main event of a main roster show for once. Yeah. It's really weird.
I like the fucking pay-per-view, honestly. I actually did not find it to be an atrocious waste of time.
Yeah, so for final grade, A, B, C, D, or F, what would you guys give it?
Go ahead, OJ.
Travis.
No, go ahead.
A-. I think it was probably next to SummerSlam. Probably my favorite show from favorite offering from the E this year.
I didn't see all of it, so I guess I can't fairly grade it, but I'll give it like from what I saw, the Orton match didn't help. I'll give it like a B+, strong B+. Just because the main event picked it up so many points for me.
Well, in my opinion, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles was match of the night, and then the triple threat TLC match for the women's title was also very decent. But some of the other things that like I said, I didn't like personally, and which you guys did like and thought was the right call, I'm gonna give this pay-per-view a C-.
Ooh, woof. Ooh. Really?
Yeah, besides the triple threat and Daniel Bryan and AJ, all the other stuff I don't know, it fell flat for me and I didn't like it. Mainly the Baron Corbin match with Braun Strowman and all that just...
The stuff like that is a problem, and I guess fair point, I guess, because there's a lot of filler bullshit on any main roster show anymore. Sometimes, man, it's enough to make you just, you know what, I don't care anymore. I never watch Raw and SmackDown anymore, ever. So, like, usually I see highlights and pay-per-views are the only full shows I see. So maybe you're watching more, too, and you're just so fed up. But, I mean, I didn't hate what I saw, like I said. It seems a little bit of a bit... there were payoffs. Then that's all you can ask. Brother?
In my opinion, like I said, I thought maybe if Braun Strowman came down and said that Kurt Angle was going to replace him in the match, then they could have that one-on-one TLC match for the manager, the GM, then that would have just made sense. And then you could have actually had Kurt Angle turn down the general manager position and say, well, I beat Baron Corbin, I deserve the Universal Championship match at WrestleMania or at Royal Rumble against Brock instead of Braun. Then you could have had Kurt Angle turn heel or something. Just do a twist. Give us something to shock us.
You truly truly despise Baron Corbin, Logan.
Yes, I do.
That's that.
I mean, I do too, but like that's why I thought tonight was so great. I mean, they just fucking buried the guy. It also, like I said, it was a culmination of weeks of storylines of, okay, one of the babyfaces is finally gonna fucking do something.
Well, still felt
sour grapes tonight, Logan. I like seeing this side of you, because usually you're Mr. Positivity. Oh, you're being too negative, Trev, huh? How's it feel? It sucks sometimes, doesn't it? The show fucking sucks sometimes.
Yeah, they do, and I gave it a C-, and normally I'm trying to be positive, and it didn't go far. But other than that, anything else you guys want to say before we go off air?
Everything's fucking weird right now. We're on different ends of the review. Dogs and cats living together, madness. All I got to say is, man, it was so good to do a show with you guys again. As always, OJ, brother, good to hear from your brother. On Twitter, at the HibickyTMD, HibickyTMD, YouTube, Retro Gaming, Pro Wrestling, Slam Pigs Union, Smack On Strong, the Reset Button, so much goddamn goodness. Check us out.
OJ, go ahead. Plug yourself where everybody can check you.
Don't, because I'm trying to get kicked off of Twitter.
Yeah.
No. You guys can check. You guys can check me out on Twitter at Logan Myers 144, and yeah, that's about it. Everybody, hope
new listeners in the chat too, Logan. Don't forget those guys. Too.
Everybody in the chat that was here, thank you for joining us, and also for the new people that I normally don't see on here. Thanks for showing up. Hit that like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed talking to us. And that was a great question with the smash, kill, Mary. That was great.
Got Logan all warmed up. That's a good question.
And I just want to say, before we get off, if we don't do anything before the end of the year, everybody have a good holiday.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, filthy animals.
Indeed. On behalf of me, happy holidays, everyone, and a very special friend to read us off into the sunset. 'Twas the night before kayfabe, Terry Bollea. 'Twas the night before